Number 12, Landon Smith. Number 8, Colton Greer. Number 2, Asher Hawkins. Number 6, Raleigh Hinch. Number 3, Easton Hinch. Number 33, Andrew Slaughter. Number 9, Wyatt Dale. Number 10, Austin Johnson. Number 1, Brady Bates. Subbing in tonight will be Caden Alexander, Austin Stevenson, Braden Payton, Jared Phillips, and Connor McCurley. Leading the Vandals, we have assistant coach Gus Brewer, assistant Ryan Hinch, assistant Justin Stanfield, and head coach Clayton Halton. And the starting lineup for your Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Number 13, Connor Griffin. Number 7, Jackson Cummings. Number 32, Matthew Lawson. Number 5, Ethan Mendez. Chandler, excuse me. Number 19, Riley Underwood. Number 3. Good luck with this. Jesus Samaniego. Number 8, Case Williams. Number 2, Tyler Wedgeworth. And number 17, Sammy Felipe. Substitutions tonight will be Cagle, Neal, Beck, Brooks, Kynard, and Macias. Designated hitting, Braylon Dean, number 4. Assisting tonight, Coach Foster, Coach McQueen, and leading these Bulldogs, Coach Schneider. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
All right, welcome everyone to Thursday night baseball here in Chapel Hill, where the Vandals are visiting the Chapel Hill Bulldogs. My name's Keith Whitman. Intern Claire is with me. She's doing some last-minute touch-ups here, and then she'll be back on with me here shortly. But glad that you're with me It's a beautiful night here for baseball. Had a good one the other night in ARP between the ARP Tigers and the Troop Tigers. And then we're going to have a good one tonight for a beautiful day. We're going to get things going here shortly. Ethan Mendez on the mound for the Bulldogs. So it's going to be a good game. I'll be giving you some stats and stuff as we go on. But we're excited here. A big crowd still kind of piling in here at Chapel Hill on the campus of Chapel Hill High School. And we are glad that you're joining us. If you are joining us tonight, give us a chat on our chat room. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, and all the good stuff. Tell us what you're thinking, why you're thinking it, and all that. And we're just excited to be here on Thursday night. Usually we have games on Friday night, but a lot of teams around East Texas area have changed because of Good Friday. And so we're just excited to be here. Finishing things up on the mound, Gabriel Backert will be leading things off for the Vandals. Little conversation on the mound. And now they're ready as Backert getting into the batter's box. Intern Claire's back with us. How's it going?
It's going well.
Glad that she's always with me. I'm glad that she comes and helps out. She's a wonderful worker and a good producer. She does a good job keeping up with the balls and strikes and making sure you know what's going on. So Backert's getting into the box here and getting things set up, and here comes Mendez with the first pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. And we are underway here in Chapel Hill. A good little breaking ball over for strike one. Here comes the pitch out. It's going to get through the infield to left field. And going to be picked up by Wedgeworth. And the Vandals have a runner on first. And that'll bring up Landon Smith. These two teams met back on Tuesday, and it was a good game. The Bulldogs led 7-4 going into the final inning. But the Vandals came back and won it with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th and won it 8-7 over the Bulldogs. Throw over to first, not in time, as Mendez trying to catch Backert sleeping. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a fly ball into center field. And Cummings underneath it makes the catch for out number 1. So a good little pitch. Gets fly out for Smith, and Colton Greer is going to step in the batter's box. Throw over to first again, not in time once more, as Backert is back on the bag. Tuesday night during the game, Claire, it was kind of cooler, a little bit colder than it is right now. It's kind of a nice breeze. Runner goes and gets there in time, but safe, says the umpire, as Backert steals second. So we have a runner on second now. And Van has a guy in scoring position with 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. This is district play for both of these teams. They're in 16-4A. Van is tied, obviously. They've only played one game, so Van won, and that's in there for a strike on the corner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Greer. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a fly ball. That's going to go into about right center field. Cummings is going to be underneath it, and he gets it. The throw to third, and no runner as Backer attempted to go about halfway and decided to come back. Cummings has an arm on him, so I guess he decided not to risk this early in the game. And that's out number 2 with the fly out by Greer. Asher Hawkins now stepping up for his first at bat. Pitch. Good little breaking ball. Catches the inside corner. Going to be out. Strike number 1. Van, Brownsboro, Lindale, Cumberland Academy, Chapel Hill, and Athens all make up the 16-4A district. Van, Brownsboro, and Lindale all winners on Tuesday for the start. It's going to be outside ball 1. 1-1 that count. Mendez looks in, looks back at second, but nobody's there. Throws it, and it's going to be outside for ball number 2. Two and 1 the count. Backer still on second, 2 out, 1 on. Mendez looking in. Here's a pitch. And going to catch the outside corner for a strike, so that'll even up the count at 2. So a big pitch here by Mendez for the Bulldogs. Looking to in the top of the first. Here's the good pitch, and it's going to be fouled back out of play. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here in Chapel Hill for baseball. Crowd filling up. We got a little bit more. The stands here doesn't quite show it, but there's a lot of people behind us and underneath the trees and getting out of the sun. Good pitch, and that's going to break, but a little high. He let that go a little bit late. It didn't break how he wanted it to. So that's going to bring a full count for Hawkins. Here's the pitch. And another foul ball straight back. That one rolls down the hill. So full count still. And Asher Hawkins looks in as Mendez gets ready, looks back at Backard, and there's the pitch, and a good swing and a miss as that breaks to the outside, and the strikeout's going to end the top of the first. So the runner at seconds brings no runs, and we're on to the bottom of the first. You're watching baseball on NetSN. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back to the bottom of the first. And the Bulldogs get their chance at the plate. Connor Griffin going to lead things off. And Grady Bates on the mound. Left-hander for the Vandals. Pitches that one in there for a strike. As Griffin watches that one go by. That one's in there on the outside for strike two. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes. And Grady Bates is a great pitcher. I watched him last year with Van, and he did a good job. That's inside, but too far inside, says Mr. Umpire. Much to the chagrin of the Van fans. It's an SAT word, Claire.
I was literally about to say that. You steal all my jokes.
Well, that's what I do. So 1-2 the count. Here comes the pitch from Bates. And that's going to be hit straight back. Good cut by Griffin, but just couldn't get on the top of it. Jackson Cummings on deck for the Bulldogs. Here comes the pitch by Bates. That's going to be a high fly ball infield. And Greer coming over. No, Easton Hinch, he's going to come over and get that for out number 1. And Jackson Cummings to the plate. Here's the windup. And another high fly ball. It's going to be over on the right field side, and second baseman Hawkins is going to head over. Asher Hawkins is going to get out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the Bulldogs. Not something they wanted, not how they wanted to start the game. Maybe Chandler Lawson can start things off here in the bottom of the first for the Bulldogs. And watches that one hit the outside corner for strike number 1. Here's another pitch. And a swing and a miss. A good cut by Lawson, but just couldn't get around on it. I want to remind everybody that we do have a playoff soccer game tomorrow on NetSN. So it is playoff soccer time. And a good swing and a miss. That's going to be fouled back into the cheap seats back here, and where intern Claire and I are sitting. That's why I moved my truck away.
Somehow, every time I come to a game, I'm the one that almost gets hit. Every time. Every time.
Here's the pitch by Bates. It's going to be low and kind of hit the home plate there. Here's the pitch. Outside, hits the corner, says the umpire, out number 3. So not how the Bulldogs wanted to start, but nonetheless, they did. And we're through 1. No score here in Chapel Hill. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN from Chapel Hill, Thursday night baseball. We'll be right back.
Swanee Computer Services. Is your computer's life hanging on by a thread? Maybe you need to eliminate a pesky virus, speed up your system, or send performance into overdrive. Whatever the case, giving your computer the VIP treatment can be costly, and there aren't a lot of people that you can truly trust. That's where we come in. We've been doing this for years, so we know our stuff. We pride ourselves on our ability to fix any computer problem at your home or office with the most reasonable prices in the industry. There's no reason to go anywhere else. We will assist with internet and Wi-Fi connections, crashing and freezing issues, software errors, data loss and retrieval, hardware faults and upgrades, virus and spiral removal. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We'll get you going on site, or you can bring your computer to us. Either way, you'll get the VIP treatment you and your computer deserve. Get in touch today and fix your computer the right way. Swanee Computer Services. Contact us today at 903-386-3656.
Back here at Chapel Hill, about to start the second inning. Had a little confusion there. Lawson is the catcher. He was the last one to bat, so he had to run into the dugout and get the gear on, so it took him a little longer. So the in-between innings going to take a little longer to get things going. Our next at bat for the Vandals is going to be number 6, Raleigh Hinch. He's the designated hitter. And I think we're going to have some play here, hopefully. I think they're getting things ready. And yeah, we're ready to go. Back at Chapel Hill. If you are watching, 1, we're glad you are, but 2, go ahead and chat with us. Let us know that you're watching, who you're rooting for. We'd love to hear from you. We always enjoy our fans chatting with us. So here we go. Designated hitter Hinch is up. He's going to foul that one back and miss a couple of cars on his way. Once again, that's why I moved my truck. I was parked in that general direction earlier, and luckily I moved out of the way. That one, however, is going to go fair and into left field for a base hit. So once again, the Vandals start off an inning with a base hit. Now, Easton Hinch, I'm sure somewhat of a relation maybe to Raleigh Hinch, who was just batting and got the base hit. He's going to step in. Hinch, a .237 batter. 59 at bats, 17 runs on 14 hits, 6 RBIs, with a couple of triples thrown in there, Claire. Not too shabby.
I don't know if I can count that high.
Now, Raleigh Hinch has had a couple of stolen bases this season, so that pitch goes for a ball. Now, Raleigh Hinch is a 286 batter with 28 at-bats, 10 runs, 8 hits, 8 RBIs, but no triples for him. But he does have a couple of stolen bases. Throw over to first, but Easton gets back on time. So Mendez looks in. Gets the sign he wants, and the squares around for a bunt is Hinch. And the sacrifice bunt looks like it's going to work. As Raleigh Hinch moves on. To second base, so a man in scoring position, but one out now for the Vandals. And Andrew Flotter is going to step in. Flotter is the first baseman for the Vandals. Mendez checks second, throws, and that one's going to be fouled backwards. Mendez ready to go. Looks back, and a high fly ball into center field. Actually, short center field. Cummings up, and no way Hinch is going to run on that one. He's only about 25 feet from Cummings on that. I don't think he's going to risk it there. So 2 down now after the pop fly by Flotter. And Wyatt Dale steps in. Ethan Mendez for the Bulldogs. He has a 3.44 ERA.
You know, every time you say ERA, I'm thinking era, like Eras Tour Taylor Swift.
That's earned run average, so to speak. And then he has 20.1 innings pitched. He's had 27 hits, 14 runs, 10 of them earned runs, and 15 strikeouts coming into the game. That pitch is in there for a strike. One and one is the count. Looks back, and that one's going to go right over to Wedgeworth. Excuse me, that wasn't Wedgeworth. Griffin gets it over to first for out number 3. So once again, runners left on by the Vandals, and no run scored. And the Bulldogs and Mendez get themselves out of that. So we're through 1.5. We'll be right back here at Chapel Hill. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Chapel Hill. I'm going to talk a little bit about Van this go round here. Head coach Clayton Haltom, he's in their second year and as head coach for the Vandals, 67 career wins. And the Vandals last season were 24-11-1, was 7-3 in district, and they were third place in district. Were by district finalists last year. And they have a lot of returning seniors this year. Colton Greer, Austin Johnson, Easton Hinch, returning starters this year. Colton Greer, Austin Johnson, Easton Hinch, Grady Bates, Gabriel Backert, Landon Smith, Asher Hawkins, and Andrew Flotter. And out of all those returning starters, only 3 of them are seniors. So you have 8 returning starters from last season, and only 3 of them are seniors, so not bad for Van. Stepping in for the Bulldogs is going to be pitcher Ethan Mendez. He takes that first pitch for a strike. And that one's going to go in between, straight up the middle. And the Bulldogs have a base runner for the first time tonight. Overall in the season right now, Vandals are 17-6, 17-6-2 on the season, 1-0 in district. Bulldogs 6-10-1 and 0-1 on the season. Or excuse me, in district. Austin Johnson now going to step in with a runner on first, nobody out. Here we go. That's going to be a foul tip back. Excuse me, not Austin Johnson. I apologize. I'm doing the wrong one here. It was Riley Underwood. I looked at the wrong roster. So Riley Underwood up the bat. That pitch is in there for a strike. So 1-1 now the count. That's what I get for trying to do 5 things at once. I'm got 18,000 papers here, and I'm trying to go through here. Here we go. Here's the pitch, and that's going to get into the outfield. A good hit by Underwood, and 2 batters produced 2 base hits and subsequently 2 base runners. And Jesus Samaniego, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, is stepping in to see if he can bring a runner home. And he's going to square around and try to get that bunt. And he followed it up around his nose area and just couldn't get it, but he gets the strike. So 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Squares around again. A good bunt down the third base line. And the throw over to third, not in time. And the base is now loaded as the sacrifice bunt ended up not being a sacrifice. Ended up being a fielder's choice. And that'll bring a coach out to the mound just to have a conversation, probably to settle down his pitcher just a little bit.
Don't mind that quietness there for a second. Your main commentator was judging very hard.
You were doing something weird.
I was singing.
Okay. Anyway, the coaches meeting on the mound with the pitcher is done, and that brings Casey Williams to the plate.
I know where you live.
I know, but you're in the West Wing, so that's in there for a strike by Bates. A good pitch. Hits that outside corner. Here's another pitch, and that's looked to, from here, as far away as we are, like a good strike. But the umpire said no. And that one is inside for a ball. Bates has 14 innings pitched, only 2 hits, no runs scored on him. 16 strikeouts. 1 win registered to him. That's going to be down the right field line and foul. Now, the stat sheet says his ERA is 0.00, and that would be the case if he has no runs scored against him earned run-wise, but no earned run, no runs at all. So pretty impressive all the way around. So that hit, or excuse me, that foul ball is going to even up the count at 2. And that's going to be low for a ball. And we have a full count with full bases and no outs. And a fly ball into right field, and that's going to be short right field. And the run's going to be at the plate and safe in a tumble. But safe nonetheless. Asher Hawkins makes the good throw as Dale tries to get it and administer the tag, but not in time, and the Bulldogs are on the board with the first run of the night. Williams, that'll be marked as a sacrifice fly, and at least that's what I'm going to mark it, because technically that's what it was. That'll bring Tyler Wedgeworth with 2 on and 1 out. He's going to swing and miss that one. That was a good play and little acrobatics there at the home plate. Want to remind everybody, we talked about this on Tuesday, and this person commented that the hashtag that we want to start.
What hashtag? Bring home food?
No, the other one. What was the hashtag we talked about?
Hashtag we want Corey.
Yes, we want Corey, because we know that he loves baseball so much.
He just loves baseball so much. I think he might like baseball more than basketball.
Way more than basketball. He's told me that secretly, as Wedgeworth swings and misses on that one. And that'll put him at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Is the count even at 2? 2 on, and swing and a miss for strike 3.
Like we said, we were at ARP on Tuesday, and it got real chilly. Not sure the degrees outside right now, but it's getting chilly. But you know what? I brought a blanket.
You did? You did. Corey. We know he just wants to be out here. There's a fly ball. It's going to be to right field. And that's going to be caught in foul territory for out number 3. And the Vandals, who were in a position to kind of get hairy in that bottom of the second, come away with only 1 run to show for it, and a good job defensively by them. And that'll get us through 2. And we will head into the 3rd inning. We'll be right back from beautiful Chapel Hill. Don't go anywhere. Hashtag we want Corey. We'll be right back.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Back here at Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill Bulldogs lead 1-0 going into the top of the 3rd. The Vandals get out of a precarious situation in that last half inning. Bases were loaded. And they only got 1 run scored against them, so they did a good job of fighting their way out of it. Heading to the plate is going to be number 10, Austin Johnson. Johnson batting .317, 41 at bats, 11 runs, 13 hits, 8 RBIs on the season. If you were watching, we're glad that you're watching. We always enjoy our fans. Go ahead and chat with us. Let us know where you are watching from, who you're rooting for. We'd love to hear from you. Here's the pitch by Mendez. It's going to be a good breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 1. We've already had some chatting going on. If you do chat with us, go ahead and put that hashtag, we want Corey, with a good hit up the middle. And a little bobble from Griffin. He picks it up and throws it not in time. And the runner's going to go as Johnson's going to head on to second past the error. That's going to be an error. And an E6 is what it's going to be called. So Griffin with the bobble, and he tried to get it, and you just probably forced it a little bit too high out of the reach of Felipe. That puts a runner in scoring position for the Vandals and puts us back at the top of the lineup for Gabriel Backert. Bounces that one in on the outside. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off to the outside. Mendez with the pitch, squares around for a bunt is Backert, and it's going to go down the third base line. Throw by Mendez, not in time. A good bunt by Backert. And now runners at the corners for the Vandals. Backer's got some wheels on him. I'm tired just watching that run. That'll bring Landon Smith, who fouled out at his last at bat. And Mendez now ready. He'll step in. Throws over to first. And you got to be careful doing that, especially when you have somebody on third base. And a good job by Felipe to get that stopped. It was a little low. Throw back over to first. And they're worried about keeping old Backert over there on first. Here's the pitch finally to home. Good breaking ball, but a little bit shy. Good job by Lawson to stop it. The 1-0 pitch going to be outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one's high. Lawson had to stand up and maybe jump for that a little bit. Landon Smith, a .403 batter. 72 at-bats. 29 runs on 29 hits as that goes in there as a strike. 18 RBIs, 7 doubles, 3 triples, and 1 home run on this season.
This season?
This season.
Alone?
This season alone.
Dang.
Throw over to first again. And so Greer take a base. As he will walk. Correction, Smith. Landon Smith. Now Colton Greer will come to the plate. Greer is a .362 batter with 11 runs, 25 hits, 23 RBIs, 7 doubles, and 1 home run. Bases loaded for the Vandals. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be down the right field line, but foul just about, I'd say 5 feet from the right field foul line. So no balls and 1 strike to Colton Greer. Here's pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Bounced in, good stop by Lawson. And that one looked like it was in there, but that's going to be high into the inside. 2-1. And that's a walk, so run comes in. We have a tie ball game. And that'll bring up cleanup batter, number 2, Asher Hawkins. And we have time on the field as the coach heads out and has a talk. Coach Snyder in his second year as head coach for the Bulldogs, 8 career wins. Bulldogs last season were 4 and 6 in district, got 4th place. And we're by-district finalists. Returning starters this season: Connor Griffin, Jackson Cummings, Tyler Wedgeworth, Chandler Lawson, Ethan Mendez, Mason Beck, and Riley Underwood. Griffin, Cummings, Wedgeworth, Mendez, and Beck are all seniors. Out of those 7 returning starters. So the confab on the mound is over. And that'll bring up Asher Hawkins. Hawkins, a .389 batter. 18 at bats, 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 RBIs, 1 double. Bases loaded Nobody out yet for the Vandals. Here's the pitch. Good breaking ball right over the plate. That's going to be strike. As the sun is going down, the temperature is going down as well. And the ball is going to be coming off the bat differently. One ball, two strikes, according to the umpire. Here's the pitch. And that one's down there for a ball, so 2-2. And here's the pitch by Mendez. That's going to be a hit and double play possibility. And brings the Felipe off the bag. So only one out is going to count. 2 runs are going to score. And Raleigh Hinch is going to step in. One ball and no strike. Here's the pitch. And a good hit down the right field line, but it's foul, just shy on the foul side of the bag. 1-1 the count. Throw over to first. Mendez looks in. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And not in time. Oh, it was in time, but the ball got knocked out of his hand. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Good breaking ball right on the inside corner for strike 3. And Raleigh Hinch strikes out for out number 2. That'll bring up Easton Hinch. He bunted back at his last at bat. Let's see what he does at this one with 2 outs. It's going to be in the outside corner. Good try to frame there by Lawson, but the ball came across a little too low to frame that one back up fast enough. Here's a pitch. High and inside for ball 2. Good crowd here at Chapel Hill.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm loving that camera.
Yeah, it's a good view. I'll pan around here in a minute. So 2 balls and no strikes to Easton Hinch. in there for a strike. And that breaking ball is working for Mendez. Ooh, that goes a little bit too far inside, and he got a hit batter. And he will head to first base. So Andrew Flotter will step in. And that's going to be a fly ball out into right field. Braylon Dean underneath for the out. And that's out number 3. 3 runs come across. The damage is done for this inning. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Thursday Night Baseball on NetSN. Brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
As you can see, it is a beautiful night here in Chapel Hill. And a beautiful night for baseball as we're back at the top of the lineup. Connor Griffin flew out at his first at bat as he watches that one go by for a strike. That's going to be hit over to the shortstop. A throw not in time as Griffin turned on the wheels, and Hinch just could not get that in time. Here's the pitch. Sorry about the quiet. I had to put on a jacket. It got a little chilly, and I'm fragile. So we got a walk. So Cummings on by a walk, and after the base hit by Connor Griffin, that'll bring up Chandler Lawson, who struck out his first at bat. See what we can do here. That's going to be a foul ball. Out of play. And squared around for the bunt and fouled. It was a beautiful one if it had stayed right where it was, but it did not. Kind of trickled backwards on him. So no balls, 2 strikes to Lawson. Swing and a miss, and strikeout number 2. And the frustration for Lawson, and Ethan Mendez is going to step into the batter's box with 2 on and 1 out. And that one's going to be the outside corner for a strike by Bates. Inside, Mendez is a .319 batter. Batting average, 47 is at bats, 6 runs, 15 hits, 7 RBIs, and 1 double. That's going to go to shortstop. And the double play, not in time as that passes Flotter. And he gets in there at second as Mendez gets a base hit and gets to second on an error. So Ethan Mendez 2 for 2 on the night. And a pinch runner will come out who forgot his helmet. Can't see the runner, his number yet, but we'll look at it here. Now he's got his helmet, y'all.
Number 6.
Yeah, that's going to be Caden Neal. So Caden Neal's going to be the pinch runner for Ethan Mendez. It's going to bring up Riley Underwood with a runner in second and then 2 outs. Bulldogs down 3-1 here. Swing and a miss for a strike. In the bottom of the 3rd. That one's on the corner for a strike. And that's going to be fouled back. And Underwood will stay alive. Good hit. It's going to go over to Hinch. Hinch over to first and in time for the out. So the runner to second doesn't go to anything. And that will get us through 3 here in Chapel Hill. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN.
We are back from that ad break, and I just want to give 2 quick shout outs. One to my beautiful mommy who's out there at home, not cold, probably under my good Tommy Hilfiger blanket. And one to my amazing Mimi. It is her birthday today, so happy birthday, Mimi.
Happy birthday, Mimi, and shout out to my beautiful wife, who's your beautiful mom. And she can be under whatever blanket she wants to be under.
If she comments saying that it's her blanket, it's not. Does it have her name on it? Yes. Yes, it does.
I am not in that. I stay away from any of that. There's not, no. So anyway, she hasn't done a hashtag bring home food thing yet like she did Tuesday night for the game.
Yeah, because she probably has sushi left over from yesterday.
She already has eaten my sushi from yesterday.
Oh, well,
all right.
Yeah.
So we're back. Let's talk baseball now, since that's what we're here for. Here's the first pitch. And Raleigh Hinch is up is that Raleigh Hinch up to bat, or no? I thought that was Wyatt Dale, maybe.
Number 9.
Yeah, that's Wyatt Dale. That's what I thought. I thought it was 6, and I'm having some issues. And that's going to be fouled back. And we have Vivian Bean is back with us. She talked to us on Tuesday, so welcome back. Glad that you're watching and with us. Here's another pitch by Mendez, and that's going to hit Dale in the helmet. It's just a glancing blow, but it was a hit by pitch nonetheless. It's the second hit by pitch that Ethan Mendez has done.
Tis but a scratch.
Tis but a scratch. It's just a flesh wound. Austin Johnson is stepping in. Vivian, did you go? I guess you didn't go to any baseball games tonight. You're just with us. She said hashtag it's my blanket has my name on it.
Sure.
Mendez sets, and here's the pitch. Squares around for a bunt is Johnson. He'll head down the first base line. Here's the throw in time, but the sacrifice bunt does advance a runner into scoring position. So 1 out in, and back to the top of the lineup as Gabriel Backert is the right fielder. He is 2 for 2 on the night, both base hits. And with a runner in scoring position, if he gets a base hit, that could bring a run in. Here's the pitch. He's going to square around for a bunt again, try to advance, and not in time, says the umpire, as it's a little bit of a stretch for Felipe to get the ball, and they're going to run to second. There's nobody covering second. And so Johnson just takes advantage of the open base and heads on over to second base. And so the Bulldogs are going to take a little time here and have a convo, and the coach is going to come out and maybe make a pitching change. But a good heads-up play by Johnson.
I think coach is talking to ump.
To head over, and I'm not quite sure if the ump had called on time at the moment or to stop play, but apparently not. And maybe that's what Coach Snyder wanted to have a conversation about. But nonetheless, it stands, and Johnson stands on second. So did I bring up Landon Smith? As Backert gets another base hit, Smith will watch that one go in. That one's to the outside for a ball. So 2 balls and no strikes. Vivian, I'm not quite sure. I will check on that for you. We'll get that checked out on when our next Shelbyville game is. But off the top of my head, I don't quite know, but we'll find out for you. That's going to be on the outside for a ball. Lawson went out and had a conversation with Mendez for a second. Counted 3-0. And there's the pitch right in there for a strike. So a good pitch by Mendez to come back, and that's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike. And that'll be a walk for Greer. So he's flown out and walked twice, and now Asher Hawkins will head to the plate. (3-1) your score here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 1. In there for a ball. One and one the count. And that's going to be down the right field line. And just foul goes that. And that's going to be foul back. Swing and a miss for a strike. And that's going to be strike 3 for an out.
I will say these mosquitoes are killing me.
So bases loaded. And that one's going to be in there.
Call me crazy, but I'm feeling like John Mark Byers with all these mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty big. That one in there for a strike, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Vandals. No runs in yet this inning. Here's a pitch, and that one's going to go over the head of the second baseman, and a run's going to score. Another one's going to get as Cummins gets it in as quickly as possible. So 2 runs in as the curse of the broadcaster when I said no runs have scored yet kind of threw that in. My bad. Raleigh Hinch is now going to step in. He's had a base hit and a strikeout this game. That one's in there for a strike. Runner goes, and we get caught in a rundown. And we got a little rundown going, and he's going to be tagged out for out number 3. So a good job by Lawson to catch the runner, catch Hawkins in a rundown, and get out of the top of the 4th. We'll be right back from Chapel Hill. Your score is 5-1 as Van leads. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. And we got a foul back. So 1-1 the count. Excuse me, 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high and outside for a ball. And that was in there for strikes for strike 3. So Casey Williams now up. And he'll step in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike. So 5-1 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a swing and a miss there for strike number 2. If anyone has any other score updates on some other games and would like to, that's watching, would like to kind of give us some updates in our chat, we'd love to hear from you. That's a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts by Grady Bates in this inning. And that'll bring up Tyler Wedgeworth to the plate. And he puts that in there, Grady Bates does, for a strike. Don't forget to check out all of the other Northeast Texas sports action that we have on our YouTube channel. And that's in there for a strike. So the side is retired on strikeouts. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Grady Bates. And just like that, we're heading to the bottom. Excuse me, that was, we're heading to the 5th inning. Sorry, I got a little confused on myself there. We're gone through 4. We'll be right back. I'm going to take a little break and be right back. You're watching NetSN, brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one here in Chapel Hill.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back. We have a score change here. They're saying that it's 6-2, and on our books we don't have that, but we're going to go by what we've been told. And so the score is 6-2. Van leads, and so that's what we're going to do. So until we're told otherwise, my book that we've been keeping up with doesn't show that. But anyway, Mendez on the mound. Here's the pitch. It's going to be hit down the first base line. A good catch by Samaniago.
You know, usually I'm really good with names, but sometimes.
Yeah, and I am too. With my job, I usually am pretty good. Not in time on the throw. In fact, I don't think the throw actually happened. And so an error is going to help. The runner reach. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. So Raleigh Hinch on first with that error. Easton Hinch, who was hit by pitch his last at bat. That's thrown over. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Oh and 1 the count. Throw over not in time, trying to make sure that Raleigh Hinch doesn't steal. Hinch does have some wheels on him. And that one's on the outside corner for strike. Strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes. Mendez looking in. Checks over to first. Here's the pitch home. Little high and outside. Good job by Lawson to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Here's the pitch, low for a ball, 2-2 as the count is even up. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 1 down. And Andrew Flotter will step in. Throw over to first. Just got to check, make sure that Hinch stays where he is. And here's the pitch. It's going to be a little high and outside, says Blue. Oh, and 1 the count. That's inside. No balls, 2 strikes. In there for a strike. Good pitch by Mendez. And puts that right over the corner. Two balls, 1 strike. Runner's going to go. And got him at second. And Lawson with a good throw. So now there's 2 outs. Or is there 1 out? 2 outs. That's what I thought. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's going to be a high fly ball infield. And Griffin slides and makes the catch for out number 3. On to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN. We're back at Chapel Hill. 6-2 is your score here, as Van has the lead going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Grady Bates struck out the side last half inning. So Sammy Felipe will step in and try to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And here we go, bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch by Bates. Inside for a ball, and actually hits Felipe as he gets a hit by pitch. And just like that, we got a base runner. Back to the top of the lineup, Connor Griffin. Gonna hip in, he's got a base hit. Felipe taking a couple of steps off first base. Left-hander Bates takes a look, brings it home, and there's a pop fly way fouled into the woods. It's just outside of the fence in right field territory. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, And another foul ball off the hill. So Griffin finds himself in a little bit of a hole here, 0-2. Here's the pitch. That one's going to go straight, though, in field. And the double play possibility is not in time, but they do get the lead runner as Felipe will go sit down in the dugout. And we got one out as Griffin makes it to first on a fielder's choice. Jackson Cummings will head to the plate for the Bulldogs. He's flown out and walked. Here's a pitch by Bates. That's going to go high and outside. Oh, no. Caught the corner, says the Blue. No balls, one strike. Of course, I'm kind of raised and elevated here, but that looked a little high to me. That's the same pitch. And, man, he must be catching that outside corner, but that looks high and outside. But 0-2 is the count. That's going to be hit into right field. Backert, it's going to drop in front and roll to the wall. Griffin around third, heading home, and walks in for a run as Cummings gets around for a stand-up triple. So the Bulldogs showing a little sign of life here, 6-3. That'll put Chandler Lawson to the plate. He struck out twice coming in. But he's got one out and a runner in scoring position right down the line from him. So let's see what the Bulldogs have planned with this situation. And he swung and missed. No balls, one strike. This is a perfect opportunity for Lawson to make up for these strikeouts that he's had. In there for a strike. That one's going to go down the third base line, and a run's going to score. And Lawson kind of trots down to first, but 2 down, 1 run does score. And the Bulldogs come within 2 now, as Ethan Mendez, who has gotten a base hit every time he's stepped up, gets into the batter's box. That one's going to be fouled back on the right field line. It's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to Mendez.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Excuse me, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Make that 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Count even at 2 now.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Man, working hard or hardly working, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a high fly ball out of the right field. And Bockert is there with the catch. So we're through 5 here in Chapel Hill. Your score, Van 6, Chapel Hill 4. We'll be right back on NetSN. back at Chapel Hill. About to start the top of the sixth. 6-4 is your score. Got a good one here between the Vandals and the Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Mendez still on the mound for the Bulldogs. And I believe Wyatt Dale, number 9, is going to be stepping into the batter's box for the Vandals to lead things off here in the 6th. Here's the pitch by Mendez. Get a little high and inside. Dale had to kind of move his head before his nose got knocked off on that one. Have some, it's a foul ball back. Have a little movement going on in the bullpen area for the Vandals. Here's a pitch by Mendez. That's going to be out into right field. And a little cradle catch by Braylon Dean.
Did he catch that with his glove or his bare
He
hand?
did. He caught it with his glove.
I know. He was holding that thing like a baby. He was not letting that thing drop.
Willie Mays Hayes style. Out number 1. Run like Mays, catch like Hayes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, we got that one was a ball. Y'all know what I'm talking about out there.
Sir.
Y'all
Stop.
know,
Stop.
Anybody that knows anybody.
Stop.
Anyway, that's going to be a half swing, goes into the Bulldog dugout. And that's Austin Johnson at bat. And another foul off. I think he's swung at everything that's gone across the plate, but he's fouled them all off.
Someone's jamming. Oh, God.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be high and outside. Looks like the same pitches that came across that Grady Bates did, but who am I to gossip?
Don't be a gossip girl. Don't gossip, girl.
Okay, stop. I'm going to put mute on you.
Hey,
Here's
that's
a pitch.
a good song.
That's going to be straight back.
Hey, man, that one can't even get copywritten. Just saying. I'll
Okay.
sing for you.
Please don't.
Dude,
I've heard you sing.
I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
Nope. I know.
I sing a joyful noise, joyful to myself.
Not to anybody else. So
Sir.
here's the pitch by Mendez. He's about to. I don't know what he was doing, but now here's the pitch. That was a little bit of a breaking ball, but way in front of the plate. That ball was so broke it was waiting until Friday to get paid. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be in the field of play. And Cummings takes about 3 steps forward and waits on the ball to get there. And it just does. And out number 2. Gabriel Backert is going to step in. He's the top of the lineup for the Vandals. Here's the pitch by Mendez. Squared around for a bunt, but pulled back was Backert. And he gets a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. No strikes. Dang, Keith. Sorry about that. Here's a pitch. It's a fly ball infield. Mendez is going to call everybody off and take it himself to end the top of the 6th. So we're through 5.5 here in Chapel Hill. We're on to the bottom of the 6th and see if the Bulldogs can bring that to shorten that lead by the Vandals a little bit more. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN, brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, sorry.
Sir.
Excuse me. We're having a lot of fun here in Chapel Hill. NetSN is always fun. We're glad that you're watching and enjoying a little baseball here on Thursday night at NetSN. And I believe not just us on baseball tonight, I believe is opening day. I could be wrong, but I believe it is opening day for Major League Baseball. The Rangers are playing tonight. World champion.
Shout out Miss Tiffany. That's my
Rangers.
girl.
Swing and a miss.
She at the game tonight.
She is at the game tonight.
I'll leave.
I know. I don't need to. I need to have me pack this up later on when the game's over. Here's the pitch. Swing and a hit going to second base. And Hinch can't get a hold of it, and we have a base runner. Riley Underwood gets on by error. But hook or crook, he gets on base, and that's okay. Got a base runner for the Bulldogs. So Jesus Samaniago, still hope I'm pronouncing that correct, watches that first one go by for a strike. That one's going to be low. Mr. Brett Sweeney, the man of the hour, is joining us on the chat. The illustrious man. There's a hit short. And not in time for the double play, but they get the lead runner out. As Underwood got out of the way in time. One down. But Samaniego makes it on a fielder's choice. And Casey Williams will step to the plate and watch the first one go by for a strike. And that's correct, Brett. We want Corey, hashtag we want Corey, because we know that he is a huge baseball fan. That's going to be a swing and foul back. I think, did that hit anywhere near us?
I felt like a thunk on my feet.
I felt something. I didn't see it, but I felt it.
Man, we should have been paying attention.
I know, I wasn't paying attention. Here's a pitch on the outside, way outside, at no strike. So, 1 ball, 1 strike
Ones all
on the
around.
count.
Speaking of ones all around, straight ones at concert and sight reading.
Oh, Lord. Here's my band person.
Say it like it is. Band nerd.
Band nerd.
Band nerd.
That's all right.
Sweepstakes, baby.
We love all.
6 consecutive years.
Gotta love it. 1-1 the count for Casey Williams. It's gonna be low. You know, I've noticed that Corey's been very quiet. He must be so into opening day right now. He's probably flipping through. That's going to be straight up the middle and a good stop by Bates. Flipping it back to Hinch. Hinch over to first and not in time. He actually had to jump. That was Flotter jumping, trying to get the ball. So they do get a double, or they get the player at second, the lead runner, to get the second out. But unfortunately, they can't make the double play to end the inning. And that'll give Tyler Wedgeworth an opportunity to make it to the plate as he watches that one go by for a ball. That one's in there for a strike. But yeah, I imagine that oh wow. I'm not saying that, Brett. I'm not. That one's fouled back out of play towards the parking lot. Away from my truck.
Brett, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yes, we're going to do that.
Because I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get fired.
Brett Sweeney, who is the boss of NetSN, the leader of our greatness here, is firing shots across the bow on chat here and talking trash. But we won't go into that.
Watch it, man. Watch it.
Here's the pitch by Bates. And in there for strike 3. And that one's going to end the inning. But here's what I want, Corey. If you're watching, man, hey, get on the chat. I know you're watching. Unless you're watching all the opening game days. I know you're out there. You buy the Major League Baseball packages. And, you're doing that. You're watching those games. So, but we want you to come over here and chat with us, man. Hashtag we want Corey. We'll be right back.
Wait, no, we won't. Hold up.
What?
Brett, don't even. At least I can walk.
We're going to commercial. We'll be right back right after this. This feud, this vendetta. Sorry. We are a family at NetSN, and of course not just, Claire and I are family, but we are a family.
Legally, on papers.
Legally, on paper, yeah. Bought and paid for, she is. But
I'm not adopted.
I know. But anyway, but Brett and everybody at NetSN, we all love each other. We have a lot of good fun, and we hope that comes across, but a lot of good time. But Brett and intern Claire have
check
a
your
lot
text
of fun
messages.
Jawing at each other, and we hope it comes across. We do love each other, and we have a lot of fun. So
I love Brett, and I also love my job.
We hope that you are enjoying our witty banter back and forth,
Please don't
and
fire me.
along with baseball. And we're back to baseball. And here's the pitch. Breaks down for a bunt. That was Landon Smith for the Vandals. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs.
Number 19.
Riley Underwood. So Underwood makes a good little breaking ball. And it's going to be fouled off by Smith. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. I think he was trying to throw a breaking ball there and just couldn't get around on it. And that one just bounced. That didn't even hit the dirt in the circle. That hit the grass. So 1-2 is the count. Excuse me, 2-2. And that one's, ooh, that one looked like it hit the outside corner, but it did not, according to Mr. Umpire. And we have a full count.
Miss the ump.
That one's going to go third base side, past. Mason Beck, I believe, is now the third baseman. Underwood was the third baseman.
I'm going to be honest, man, I can't see. Cannot see.
We are pretty far away, but I believe it was Mason Beck. So we have time called. And a base hit for Landon Smith, as Colton Greer will now head to the plate. And here's the pitch. High for a ball. There's a throw over to first. Good catch by Felipe to keep it in play. That one's going to be fouled back for a strike. Here's a pitch. Outside for a ball.
You know, now that the lights are off, it's getting a little bit more chilly.
Yeah.
A little bit more chilly.
Trying to keep the runner over at first. That one's high and inside for a ball. Three and one is the count, and that's going to be ball four. As Colton Greer takes a nice little stroll down first base way, and that's going to be 2 on, nobody out for Asher Hawkins. Hawkins steps in. 6-4 your score here in the top of the 7th. As that ball goes in there for a strike. And that one's going to go in between short and third into the outfield. And we have bases loaded situation here, ladies and gentlemen. As Hawkins gets on first, Raleigh Hinch will step up. And we're going to get a pinch runner for the Vandals. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to tune in tomorrow at 4 o'clock, a great playoff soccer game on NetSN. Center versus Chapel Hill. We don't want you to miss that action. So are they going to bring a pinch runner in for the pinch runner, or oh no, we have a conversation on the mound. Sorry, the pinch runner ran out to second and now is running back out. Sorry, I was confused, which is a constant state for me with this one next to me.
Like I said, I know where you live.
So some adjustments are being made and conversations had, and now we're ready to play. Here's the pitch. And a little low. Good stop by Lawson. And we have a new hashtag, We Want Corey at Soccer, is going on.
Here for it, man. I'm here for it.
That one's in there for a strike. And that is correct. That would be very entertaining. Someone put on chat that We Want Corey at Soccer would be very entertaining. Yes, about as entertaining as baseball. But he loves baseball, so I don't know how he is on soccer. That's going to be a hit to this second baseman. And that's going to be a force out at home. A good heads-up play by Jesus Samaniego to throw it home for the force out. Base is still loaded, but no run scored on that. One out. So a beautiful play there. And Easton Hinch will now come up to the plate. Easton has had an eventful night. He's struck out, sacrifice bunt, and been hit by a pitch. And he takes that one for a strike. Here's the pitch. That's a high pitch, and Lawson wanted to throw down. But Easton showed bunt. And as you can see, the Bulldogs infield is right on the grass where the dirt and grass meet. Going to be outside. And the bunt is put down, and the force out at home is in time, so another heads-up play. Riley Underwood coming off the mound to get that ball. And that pitch is going to, or that hit is going to go to Griffin. Griffin just dumps it right over to Jesus.
You know, don't.
Samaniego, sorry, for out number 3. We're on to the bottom of the 7th, and it's the last opportunity for the Bulldogs to make something happen to get this in the head, get this in the win column. They're only 2 runs behind. And can't wait to see what happens here. You're watching NetSN, brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. We'll be right back.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back for the bottom of the 7th. And here we go. And it's going to be outside. As Mason Beck steps in. It's his first at-bat. Grady Bates still on the mound. That one's in there for a strike as well. And here's the pitch. High and outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the ball's dropped, so a little housekeeping is done by Dale. And the strikeout is done. Counted for Mason Beck. That'll put us back at the top of the lineup. Connor Griffin is going to step into the batter's box and see what he can do. That's going to be in there for a strike. And I believe that was in there for a strike as well. Nope, that wasn't. The first one earlier wasn't a strike. That one was. 1-ball and 2 strikes is the count.
Man, I was right.
Sorry about that. And that one's going to be down low for a ball. Here's the pitch by Bates. That's going to be a foul ball backwards. Beautiful night here in Chapel Hill.
Beautiful. Just a little chilly.
It is kind of cold, but that's what we sign up for here.
Oh, thank heavens I brought a blanket. I don't know, man. I think Tuesday might have been a little bit more cold.
It was, but it was also a little bit more windy.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the pitch by Bates. It's high, about chin high. So the count runs even at 2. Bates with the pitch. Inside. Oh, sorry, that was a full count.
Let's go, Jackson!
And Griffin on first. Who's on second? That was a joke. Abbott and Costello, you know that one, right?
Sir.
Okay, sorry. Jackson Cummings comes to the plate. And that one's going to be a fly ball in the outfield over the center fielder's head. And Smith is trying to get it as we're going to have a play to the plate. And a run is going to score, and a triple again for Jackson Cummings. His second triple of the night. And the Bulldogs move within one, 6-5. Fantastic hit over the head of Landon Smith out towards the wall. And now Haltom's going to head out to the mound and possibly give his pitcher a little relief. He's at 96 pitches on the night. But he's going to talk to him first, probably make sure that he may be able to finish it. There's one out and a runner in the tying run right down the line on third base. But Grady Bates wants to stay in, and that's what he's going to do. And I told you this was going to be a good one, folks.
Oh, I knew it, man.
And that's what it's going to be. So Chandler Lawson is going to step in. He's had a struggling night. And we'll see what he can do with the game on the line. That one's going to be a fly ball into center field. And we're going to have a play at the plate. I can guarantee it. Here's the play. And not in time. And it's a double play. And the ball game is over. And a tough play for Jackson Cummings as he tried to make that play and just couldn't get there. But let me tell you, once again, the Bulldogs just one run shy of a win as they lost on Tuesday 8-7, and tonight 6-5 with the loss. And a fantastic ball game all around by both teams, both Bulldogs and the Vandals. And I love games like this. It's just a fantastic way to watch. And congratulations to the Vandals for the win. And good job by the Bulldogs. Tough loss all around. And they tried to make that comeback happen, but just couldn't pull it. Well, that's going to be all for us here in Chapel Hill. For intern Claire and myself, we hope you have a fantastic Easter weekend. If you have the day off tomorrow, enjoy that. I know that I do. And I'll be out at the Smith County. What am I doing tomorrow? Smith County what?
So tomorrow is the Smith County Junior Livestock Show sale. Turns out, did not realize this when I went to go look at my projects this morning. I got first place in senior arts and crafts.
It's my daughter got first place in senior arts and crafts. She's an FFA girl, not just a band nerd, but she's an FFA girl as well, and I'm very proud of her. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'm just doing a little humble brag here about my daughter. But anyway, so that's what I'll be doing. I hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow and a wonderful Easter weekend. And so that's going to be all for us. For intern Claire, I'm Keith Whitman. You're watching NetSN. Have a great weekend. See you next time, guys.